Hi, I'm Rachel Baxter. On Thursday, November 26th of 2020, I asked the Lord for confirmation about things he'd been highlighting regarding Iran and growing tensions in the Middle East. That night, he gave me a dream. I'm sharing it here exactly as I saw it. Please take it to the Lord in prayer. I found myself in an American city inside a white metal industrial complex, multiple white buildings with gray metal roofs. It was daytime, and an event had just happened. People in lab coats and hard hats were stumbling outside between buildings. Everyone was disoriented, like we'd all been knocked to the ground and were just getting up. We were covered in a light dust, not thick ash. There were no sirens, no responders, and eerie silence. I hadn't seen the explosion itself, but I could see smoke rising miles away. Someone near me, shaken and struggling for words, said it was the kind of blast that releases radiation and that we were being exposed. I walked up a stairway into one of the buildings. The power was out. Machines stood still. Inside, a calm man stood about 10 feet in front of me. He carried a peace that settled the room. Wisdom and peace from the Lord. He began reciting a psalm, saying that what we had just experienced was the fulfillment of that psalm. As he spoke, I realized I was going to die, not immediately, but from radiation. He said gently that our bodies are ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I asked the Lord in my heart that if it was my time, I might pass peacefully, not through trauma, and be with him. Even in that moment, I felt his peace. And this was the end of the dream. So, to share what the dream communicated, this was an event. It was happened at daytime. There was some kind of a nuclear radiological explosion in an American city. I was miles from the epicenter, yet still affected. This was evident by the dust, the power loss, and then the known radiation exposure. In the immediate aftermath, there were no sirens, no outside help, the power was down, and people were confused and dazed. This dream was a sobering warning paired with the Lord's nearness and peace. In the days prior, I felt a heaviness about Iran, and I'd been seeing reports of Israel striking proxy forces in Syria. On November 1st of 2020, video 47 in this series, the Lord had spoken to me of Iran as a leopard waiting to strike, with China and Russia involved. Years earlier, recorded in video 14, he said Damascus will be hit and Iran will shake, and to watch Miami, Chicago, and San Francisco as markers tied to the beginning of wider war, World War III. I asked him on the night of November 25th, Lord, would you show me what's coming? This dream was his answer. So I'm not assigning dates or locations. I'm simply releasing what I was shown. Please seek the Lord. Repent and return to stay under his covering. Listen and obey. He will direct specific steps for you and your family. And we stand in his peace, even in shaking. Jesus is ever near.